In our last series, we had Anthony Turner attend the studio. Anthony talked to us about the 5 pillars for success, and today he's returning to the studio to give us greater details on each of the pillars.
Thanks, David. We're now up to our last pillar, which is pillar number 5. That is manage to succeed rather than to avoid failure. You know, it sounds like a really corny sort of statement, but the truth is, if you think about many businesses, and maybe you're in this situation, I know I've been there myself, and that is, you know, we get so caught up in the day-to-day of running our businesses that we feel like hamsters on a wheel. You know, all we think we've got to do is, you know, we've got to work a bit harder or a bit longer to actually break through this cycle of whatever's going on at that particular point in time. And there is nothing further from the truth than working harder, you know, because, you know, that hamster, like on the wheel, spin the wheel faster, harder, and you're actually going nowhere. You're still stuck in the same place. All you're doing is using a lot more energy to get the same stuff done. What I've found has happened is that the majority of business owners who are really successful in their businesses have done many different things, but the fundamental thing that they've come to realize and understand is the 80-20 rule. Now, basically what the 80-20 rule talks about is the fact that 80% of your results typically come from 20% of your activity. The person on the hamster wheel, however, is spending 80% of their time doing the 80% of stuff that only gives them low-level results. Now, for each one of your businesses, you know, what is important to you is going to be very different, and I understand that. But there are some fundamental things that I would suggest that you consider in terms of managing to succeed. The first one of those I would suggest to you is that as a business owner, find a way where you can spend 80% of your time working in your business and 20% of your time working on your business. That means, you know, if you're working a 5-day week, 4 days working in the business, 1 day doing the strategic things that are actually going to grow and develop your business, working on your business. Getting coaching may be one of those. You know, getting support may be one of those. But find the ways to do it. The next thing to do is to look at all of the various tasks that you have to do in your business. Now, many people have got task lists. And I know my ex-wife used to have a task list for me. It used to be put up on the fridge over the week, and every Saturday morning I'd dutifully put on my boots and my jeans and go out in the yard and start doing the mowing the lawn or the whatever it was that was on the list. And I sort of woke up to this one day when I came in, very proud of myself, in the morning, been working really hard, came in at lunchtime, scrapped off a lot of items off of the task list, sat down to have lunch, and as I'm having lunch, she's putting in more and more items on the bottom of the list of the things that I have to do because I've got some more time to do it. And I realised all of a sudden, you know, task lists don't really work. They are never ever ending. So what I did was I devised a checklist process. And the checklist process is that I actually went through and looked at the key things that had to be done on a regular basis. And those were the priority things. And then if time permitted or weather permitted for me on the weekends, then I would do the other things. Or I would select the ones that I can do inside or outside, whatever. Now I've applied this to my business life as well. And I've actually looked at it, and this refers back to the 80-20 rule, which is, you know, here on the screen. And that is that 80%, if I know what my 20% of core things are, then I can actually put those as my priority items on my checklist, and then I can fill all the other items into the task list underneath that, but at least I'm focusing on the most important things. So what might be some of the important things for your business or my business? I would suggest to you probably one of the most important things is getting customers. You know, if you understand, you know, from our previous pillar, number 3, where we spoke about decide your income, how much business you've got to generate, you can work that out to how many customers you have to engage with to make that happen. And from that, you can work out how many phone calls you have to make if you're in a service business to bring those customers through your door, or what advertising you've got to do to bring them through if you're a retail premises. And your work should be primarily then on how do you bring more customers into the business, because they are the lifeblood of your business. Other things which, you know, the things that go on your checklist, you know, how quickly do you get your invoicing done? How quickly do you chase up accounts that might be outstanding to get the money flowing through your business and keep it flowing through your business? Other elements, you know, of things that go on your checklist is that you might look at how many new customers do you, or suppliers do you have to go engage with to actually build up the strength of your offering. Do you have to spend time on creating new product or new content for websites? What are the important things that keep you engaged with your customers to actually bring business into your business? Now, once you've been through that, you'll start looking at managing your business, and there are 4 key elements for your business. One of those is your purpose or your vision, why you're in that, and you'll have got that from pillar number 2, which is your goals. The next part of it is the processes that you use in your business. What are the procedures and the processes that you use to get things done? Have you documented those things? And if not, I would recommend that you start building up a bit of a catalogue of how you might do those. Now, one of the simplest tools I've found for actually developing up procedures, particularly if you've got staff that you're going to be training people of how to do things right in your business, is most of us have got smartphones, they've got a video component, literally video and talk through the process of what you are doing, and create a YouTube channel, which is a training channel for your staff or people coming into your business. That way you're covering your procedures and you're actually providing training to make sure you get things done in the way you would like it to be done. The other thing is train your people up, build their skills level up. I remember hearing Tom O'Toole from Beechworth Bakery talking one day, and he was saying how he met one of his mates down in the street, and they asked him what was the success to his business. And he said, it's 2 things, mate, 2 things. He said the first one is training, and the second one is customer service. Customer service, customer service. Always look after the customers, treat them like king, and train your staff, train your staff, train your staff. And his mate said, well, what if you keep training them and they leave? And his response was, what if I don't train them and they stay? And it's a very valuable little comment to think about. If you've got untrained people in your business, they could actually be doing your business more harm than they can be doing good. And I'm sure you've all had experiences of that. Don't be afraid of training. The last thing is, I'm sure each of you would like to have 4 little helpers. They're available to you 24/7. They cost you nothing, and I claim no ownership of them because they're actually written by a colleague, a gentleman by the name of Glenn Capelli, who wrote a book called Thinking Caps, and he calls them the 4 Russians. Now, these 4 Russians, there's 3 brothers and there is their cousin. The 4 Russians' name is, the first one is Morov. The second brother's name is Lesov. The third brother's name is Ridov. And the cousin's name is Tosin. And the way it works is very simply. In any problem that you've got, or if you're looking to develop your business, think about the things that are working really, really, really well for you that you should be doing more of. And start focusing on those things as part of your checklist for growing and developing your business. Next, think about the things that you should be doing less of. And that's probably you personally rather than necessarily the business. See, many of the things that you would like to do less of are things that are necessary to be done in the business. So maybe your alternative is to outsource those if you don't have staff to delegate it to, or train somebody to take over a lot of those smaller tasks rather than spending your time and energy on those things. So do less of those things yourself, outsource or delegate. The third element, rid of, what are those things that you have in your business that just are no longer working for you? And we've all got them. It may be product lines, it may be staff members, and sometimes it might even be customers. So don't be afraid to get rid of that customer who is the one who's the real pain. I know I've sacked a few customers in my past, and it's really a nice feeling to actually turn around and say to the customer, look, sir, madam, I'm doing the best I can here to help you. Obviously, it's not good enough. Maybe you would be better go to see Fred or Joan or somebody down the street who may be better able to help you, and give one of your competitors the problem that you don't particularly want to deal with. Once you've got rid of or created some space, got rid of the things that are not working for you and created some space, what you then can do is to start to toss in, which is where our cousin comes in, toss in some of those new products, some of those new ideas, some of those new concepts, and experiment with those to see how they will help you grow and develop your business. That's all I've got for you today. If you're looking for some further help from, in terms of mentoring support, or just as a place where you can actually join some 12,500 plus other business owners like yourself, let me recommend to you the Small Business Mentoring Service for mentoring. There's 120 different mentors who can help you across a range of different business disciplines. The website is there, sbms.org.au. Or if you want to join with a network of 12,500 plus other business owners, like yourselves, and learn to grow your business and develop it with a whole range of things, with things like these videos, then the place to go is tsbi.com.au. My name's Anthony Turner. Thank you.